Welcome to this video. Today I want to talk to you about shadow work. I am sure that you heard this term so many times. I want to make sure that you know what is shadow work truly. So I'm going to guide you through this, and then I'm going to share with you why you want to do that and how you can do that. First, understand that shadow work is not for witches, wizards. It's not like a woohoo magical thing reserved for weird people. I mean, we are all weirds in our own way, but if you are on a spiritual path, if you want to grow, evolve, if you want to create your life, you want to use that tool, and not just one time in your life, but you want to use it often. So shadow work is to make the unconscious conscious. What is invisible visible. It's to bring darkness into the light. It's to allow what is hidden to be revealed. That's it. Shadow work is a tool that helps you to become more conscious of your program that creates your reality. Okay? We all have programs within our system that we received from our environment during childhood, from our parents, from society, from school, from our ancestors also. And the thing is, as long as we are not conscious of the unconscious, we are living a life that is not ours. We are living the life of other people. Okay, so if you want to create your life, you need to work on the roots, which is what is in the depth of your being, in your subconscious mind. So as long as the unconscious remains unconscious, your life will stay the same, no matter how much effort you put into changing your life, because you need to focus on the roots. You need to bring awareness on the roots and release all the roots that don't serve you. There are some good roots, some roots are serving you, but others, they don't serve you anymore, and you need to release that, you need to transmute that. So how can you do that? The first step is to bring safety into your being. This is really important, you guys, because when we're gonna do some deep inner work, that feels so dangerous for the body, you know, because it's like, oh my God, I'm going to a territory that I don't know. So I'm going to the unknown. So this is scary. And so you're going to freeze, you're going to have some like physical reactions, like your heart beating really fast, your breath being shallow, and just your whole body like saying, no, I don't want to go there because this is not safe. You can make it safe to go through this process, okay? So you want to bring safety by connecting with your body, by regulating your nervous system. You have so many different practices to do that. One of my favorite practices is by using the breath. because it's easy, it's accessible, you can do it anywhere. And one practice that I like is the vagal breathing. It's really simple. You just have to exhale longer than you inhale. You can also hold the inhale if you like. You can exhale through the mouth. And you do that for several minutes to really activate, relax the vagal nerve, which is the longest nerve in your body, part of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the rest and digest mode. So when you activate that nerve, you put yourself in a state of calm, groundedness, relaxation, clarity. Okay, so you can use that technique or any other technique that you know or that you like. The second step is to make an inventory of your life, knowing that your life is a reflection of your subconscious. Okay? So you look at your life, you be honest with you, and you just write down everything with no judgment, like with a neutral vision, like how is your life right now. You can do that for every area of your life, your health, your wealth, your job, career, your relationships, your family, community, the fun part, like every area. Then what you can do is to identify the blocks. Identify the beliefs that are causing the different situations in your life. So I'm going to give you an example. For most of my life, I was really stressed and anxious all the time. I used to wake up feeling stressed. I thought that it was the normal state, you know, because my mom was like that. One of my beliefs was the world is not a safe place. And so that statement created so many habits and behaviors and situations in my life, like me being scared of people, unable to talk to people, to speak in front of people, me having a lot of difficulties to make friends, me wanted to be alone most of the time and not interact with other people because the world for me was scary. So don't overthink, okay? Just write down all the beliefs, all the block that just coming naturally to you for each area of your life. And when you have your blocks identified, you want to release them. You want to transmute them, okay? So now I'm going to guide you through the process of releasing your blocks. Transmute, because nothing is lost, nothing is destroyed, everything is transformed. So that's the beautiful part of it. You create space for the new to come, and this time you can choose your beliefs. You can choose your new program that is going to create your reality for you. All right, So make sure when you do that you work on one block at a time, okay? Don't get overwhelmed by yourself. Choose one block and also know that time doesn't matter, okay? Maybe for one block you're going to do that process for 1 hour, and maybe you will have to do it several times, and maybe for another block you will have to do this process only for 10 minutes and it will be gone. Okay, first thing first, you want to feel the block in your body with acceptance, no judgment, and forgiveness for yourself. Forgiveness for feeling it, forgiveness for holding this for so many years. There's a beautiful sentence that says, feel it to heal it. And this is where you start. You feel it first. So that could be really emotional, but that's such a beautiful thing, you know. That's why it's so important that you bring that safety into your body. Also, if you do this by yourself, you can create like a really safe atmosphere, like maybe play some music that relaxes you, light up an incense, really create like this little beautiful cocoon. Now it's time to move that block out of your body, okay? So you can use so many different practices. The important part is that you use your body because it's in your body. So you use your body to release it. I'm gonna write down my favorite ways. Again, the breath, because it's so simple and so powerful. You can simply take long and deep breath through the mouth, maybe using some sounds. I like to use my voice also if I need to scream. I use a lot of singing, you know, chanting. Of course, the movement of the body. I like to use yoga, stretching, dance, shaking, any kind of movements that come instinctively to you. Again, I think it's a process where you don't have to overthink, but just to let the body express itself naturally. Any way that feels good to you, okay? If you like to create some rituals, you can do that. Sometimes I like to write down my blog, what I want to release, and then I speak it out loud, and then I burn it and I watch it being burned, and that is so relieving. That is so beautiful. Use your creativity, use your art, trust yourself, trust your way, because you know. After that, this is not done. A really important part that I believe a lot of people forget or they just don't know about it. Integration part. You want to sit with the space that you created, with the emptiness, the void, and learn to be comfortable with that void. So sit with the void and be comfortable with it, okay? And give yourself the time to do that. When I say sit, you can also lay down, whatever position feels good to you, but the important part is that you allow yourself to be with that space, with that emptiness. Okay, and when you feel ready, the last step, so you don't have to do it right after everything. You can take some days, even some weeks, and when you're ready, you want to replace that block, that old belief, with a new belief, with a new program. But of course, if it feels natural for you to do all of these steps in one time, in one session, please do so. If you already know what is that new belief that you want to install in your system, do it. But if you take the time to feel, okay, what is that new belief that is going to serve me and the future reality that I want to create? Okay, you can take some time, journal about your new beliefs, and then you install this new belief into your being. So how can you do that step? I think I'm going to do another video about that because it's going to take a little bit of time. I just want to end. Oops. It's the first time that I use the board, so I'm learning. Okay, I want to end that video with a misconception that people could have about shadow work, about working with shadows, with darkness. Darkness is not something bad. Darkness is not bad. Darkness is part of this life, of this world. We live in a world of duality. Therefore, we need the darkness as we need the light. Okay? Try to draw a yin and yang right now. The darkness and the light coexist at the same time. Without the darkness, the light cannot exist. And your job when you do the shadow work is to be aware of that darkness and bring it into the light. Okay? You do that work of transmutation because you are, my friend, you are an alchemist. Two mistakes that people could do is, number one, either not being aware of their own shadows, so they are controlled by them, or number two, they are really aware of their shadows, but they are addicted to them and they stay in them and they end up being consumed by them because they are addicted to them. And they don't want to do that work of bringing it into the light. They don't want to do that work of releasing and transforming these shadows. So don't be one of these people. Maybe you've been before, but know that it's safe to know what are your shadows and to know that you can transform that. Because I know that change is terrifying. Change is terrifying because it is the unknown. But again, nothing really ends, nothing really dies. You transform everything. And honestly, if you do that process often, you will be surprised how your life can shift, how you can shift, and how you can feel better, because finally you get to choose You get to choose who you want to be and how you want to live that life. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share in the comments how is this process for you. If you want to share your progress, if you want to share the shifts, I send you so much love and peace, and I see you soon.